Little early morning edition of Bears Talk, because god dang it, the schedule is here. We don't need the eye rub to sell it. Oh, we're recording this the night before, clearly. He's trying to sell it with the eye rub. Like, I don't know what the heck that was.
It's 2 in the morning.
We're doing this at 5 a.m. Y'all know that they wouldn't be up with me. They wouldn't even get up to do the Daily Show with me at 6 in the morning. Ringo kind of did. Sometimes.
I was there.
Ringo showed up at 5:59 every day to get a sip of coffee, man. Nah, hey, listen. Quick episode here, just breaking down the schedule. What we saw, the schedule was released yesterday, and so how we think the Chicago Bears team is really going to fare versus the teams. I'm not going to lie, the layout of the schedule makes me feel a lot better about the schedule, just seeing where everybody is placed. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the strength of schedule. We'll get into all that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. I love doing this, man. Let's get into it. I'm not even finna waste the whole, you dig, man, because we going straight into this, because realistically, we're recording this at like 11:30 at night. But it's gonna be great because it's timely information. Watch the morning, right? This how YouTube videos go. The morning is always like, you know, you record a video the night before, the next morning they be like, oh, actually, we dropped the wrong schedule. That's for 2024. Our bad. Like, oh, okay. We know nothing. Boys, what's good?
Hey, what's happening? Finna talk this Bears football.
Hey, man, there's so many months away. Like, we start OTAs in 2 weeks, actually, so we're not that far away. But there's so many months away from actual football. But we cracked this thing off versus the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love era gets started versus Justin Fields here in Chicago. Boys, when we're looking at how this schedule is laid out, I'll just run through the games real quick. Week 1, Green Bay. Week 2, Buccaneers. Week 3, Kansas City. Week 4, Broncos. 5, the Commanders, who are really still rolling with the Waste Management logo, which is crazy. 6 is the Vikings. Week 7, the Raiders. Week 8, the Chargers, who have the best social media team on the planet. Week 9 is the Saints. 10, a very big week here versus Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers. 11 is the Lions. Week 12 is the Vikings. 13 is our bye week. Week 14 is the Lions. Week 15, we've got Deshaun Watson. No massages. Week 16, we got the Cardinals. 17, the Falcons. And then we finish this thing off again with week 18. Boys, when you look at this schedule, how do you think the Chicago Bears are going to fare?
This is a favorable schedule. This doesn't bring fear to me, especially with the Packers. With the Packers, basically, with Aaron Rodgers going away, that goes from like them dominating the NFC North to like it's a chance for us to win. I'm not scared of none of these teams except the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Browns. That's it. I'm not scared of any of the rest of these teams. I think they have a chance in every one of these games.
It's so interesting, right? Because I feel that. Like, I do feel like the Bears have a chance in just about every game. I don't know what the Broncos are going to be. I think I worry about the Broncos more than a lot of people because, to me, right, like, realistically, if you look at the Broncos, Sean Payton's never had a bad quarterback. And he's had a lot of quarterbacks that we looked at them on other teams. We were like, that's kind of a bad quarterback. But he's never had a losing record with any of the quarterbacks that he's had. I think he's going to do some good things for the Denver Broncos. Commanders don't scare me. Here's the wild part about this, right? When I look at this schedule, I could see the Bears going win, loss to the Chiefs, win, maybe a loss to the Vikings in there. Or I could see the Bears being 3-3, or I could see the Bears being 3-4. Like, I could see the Bears actually realistically being in the hunt throughout the entire season. And that's why I wanted to get on here, because I think how the schedule was going to lay out was so important, because realistically, right, if this thing went, Saints, Chargers, Chiefs, Vikings, Lions all in a row, you could be talking about 5 losses. But I feel like because of how it's broken down, I feel a lot better about this schedule.
I mean, I think for me, like, even just looking at the first 10, I got the Bears. I got the Bears winning 5 games. I think that the way that the schedule is laid out, it's like you really don't fear anybody. There's like I got it here right now. On the way that I had it laid out. I mean, they're gonna beat the Packers. I think the Buccaneers it's kind of a toss up. Every skill position player is still there. They just added Baker. Baker's got a line. It's actually going to be weird to see what he actually does. The Chiefs, Pat Mahomes still got a grudge against the Bears. You already know that's going to be an L to me. Vikes, I got them winning that. Raiders, I got them losing that. That's Josh McDaniels and Jimmy. I think he's wanted to work with Jimmy for a little bit. They do got Michael Mayer over there. Devontae Adams is back. I do got him winning the matchup that everybody's talking about with Bryce Young. If Bryce Young plays, because I think they said Andy Dalton's going to be the starter week 1. So by that time, I think Bryce should be in there.
Yeah,
unless they just do something drastic and just not play him.
Yeah.
By
week 10, Bryce should be in there. If Bryce ain't in there by week 10, somebody's doing something. Or they're really trying to sit him. Or they're really trying to actually him.
Which I wouldn't be mad at. I got them beating the Lions, losing to Minnesota, beating the Lions again. And then I got them losing to the Browns from my first 10. Everything after that to me is really a toss-up, but nobody really scares me, and the layout of the schedule is really it's in the favor of the Bears. They should be able to get a couple of these wins.
Yeah, I mean, they might split the Vikings and Lions depending on when they're at home. So I feel like the Vikings coming to Chicago on the 15th of October, I think they win that game, but they could lose it when they go to the Vikings. So I think they split the Lions Vikings. I kind of pick them like a 12-5, which is still like on the high end of this. But, I got them beaten they should beat the Packers, because if they don't win game week 1, that might send.
I think that's the most important game.
It's the most important.
Yeah. Like I know Buzz are going to be like, bro, it's week 1. It's not the most important game. But I think that I said this with Courtney today on the Chicago Bears podcast. To me, that's the game that I look at and I say that's the tone setter. That's the game that is going to be, right? Like, this is going to tell you how this season, for the most part, is going to go. Justin Fields coming in the second year of a system. Yes, he's going to be working with DJ Moore, but he's still going to have Chase Claypool, still going to have Darnell Mooney, still going to have Cole Kmet, going to have a lot of the weaponry that he had last season in there. I think that he should be able to step on this field, hopefully, right, having a full training camp and all that play one, right? Like, Jordan Love is figuring this out on the fly. And Jordan Love has never seen the Bears defense. The Bears defense has never seen Jordan Love. So, right, like, this is kind of like the feeling out process. But it shouldn't be that you're sitting here in a gunfight with Jordan Love week 1, right? Like, this should be something where, not to say that it's a foregone conclusion that the Bears are going to win, but this should be one where if you're really going to set the tone, and the fact that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to pick the Bears to win this matchup because of the love for Justin Fields. Now, when the pressure's on you, how are you going to step up? How are you going to make that next play? How are you going to get yourself right to live up to the pressure that's being presented in front of you? I think there's a few games on here that really set the tone for this season. I think that first Packers game does. I think depending on if Bryce Young, you have to look at that Panthers game in week 10 as a game that's going to set the tone as well. And then that first Vikings game at home, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, week 6. I think that's going to be a huge game, because now that's going to be right. Like, the Vikings and the Lions are supposed to be your class of the division. That's your first time actually playing one of the top teams of your division and being able to say, okay, listen, this is who we really are. This is what we really are. If you come out with a win in a situation like that, I like the Bears' chances to have a surprise season. Now, again, I told y'all my floor was 7 wins.
I already got them with 5.
My ceiling is 10. But here's the funny part, right? I feel like the Bears are going to defend home really, really well. You got the Falcons in December. You got the Falcons on New Year's Eve, I should say. You got don't go out drinking. You got the Falcons on New Year's Eve. You've got the Cardinals here in December. Right, like that, and that's towards the end of your season. Those are 2 cold weather games. You got the Panthers here in November. Okay, kind of can deal with that. October's a weird month. October, we can have snow, we can have leaves. So I don't know what the Raiders game is going to look like.
No, it's the Chargers game where it might get cold, but the Vikings.
Well,
and
Chargers game. We're at
there.
We're in LA. Yeah,
it might still be. It should still be nice when the Raiders get here. But by the time 29th and then Halloween,
that's usually about when it starts to get a little.
It gets cold right after around Halloween. So.
Good thing I don't have to work outside anymore. Let us know your schedule prediction in the comments below as well. Let us know kind of how you guys are feeling about how this schedule is going to lay out. Well, I'll be down there talking with you guys in the comments as always, man. Go ahead, Ringo. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, if nothing else, I'm looking at it and the way that the schedule is laid out also, a lot of these games, especially those two games, I know you and Joe both talked about it. The two games against the Lions and the Vikings, no pass rush on either side. I mean, like, this is going to tell you a lot about Justin. This is going to tell you a lot about what the receivers and things are, especially the O-line. A lot of these games, not even just those two games, is going to tell you a lot about where the offense and the old line is going to be, and where they are coming into those late games, especially because you talked about week 6, Minnesota's going to be rolling to town. Yeah. I said at least by week 4 they should have something rearing and ready to go for them as a unit, just on that offensive line side alone. So. There's gonna be a lot of questions answered early within these first 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
and I'm excited, bro. I'm really excited.
I said this, and let me know how y'all feel about this. I feel bad. I wanted the Buccaneers game late in the year. I know, right? Baker Mayfield not worried about him. Blah blah blah. This offensive line gets a real test.
He got a line.
This offensive line gets a test week 2. Dog, the Buccaneers defensive line is still a layer of dogs.
But then it tells you about
take a step back.
It tells you about the D line too, though, because like even then you still got Tristan Wirfs over on one side.
Yeah.
And then you got the other tackle on the other. So it's gonna be a challenge for both the O line and the D line to definitely tell you where they at. And if I'll tell you this, I don't know if it's gonna happen. If Baker keep his head low and just do what he got to do, like the pieces are still there. That they could actually go out and try to do something. So that's gonna be a real early test. And Baker's gonna be out to prove something. So I actually think that's gonna be a game, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm just, bro. That's scary. And right, like I don't know if anybody thought about this. Is Akeem still there?
Akeem Hicks?
If Akeem is still there, that's saying, hey, y'all turned y'all back on me, game. You know
he's a dog. He's got
that's Vita Vea. That's Akeem Hicks, right? Yeah. JPP still down there, right? Like that, like dogs. Who did they just draft? They just drafted Tyree Wilson. Did they take Tyree Wilson? Who'd they take?
Oh, the Raiders. The Raiders took him.
Who did they take? They took it wasn't Jalen Carter. Oh, Kalijah Kancey.
Yeah.
They took Kalijah Kancey. Yes.
So now you got
you're getting a real test week 2. Yeah. Like you're gonna know week 2 if this offensive line is gonna be able to hold up. And the reason that I bring that up is because I think the fact that is a real test, right? The fact that when I look at that right now, I'm looking at, okay, let's project ahead to what the Buccaneers or what the Broncos are going to be able to do, right? That's 2 weeks after that. You're going to be able to get to see all the stuff on tape. And then you got another good defensive line coming in with the Denver Broncos. Oh, by the way, right after that, then you got to go up to Washington and deal with that defensive line. Like the test, the first 5 weeks of the season for young Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones, we're going to see if Braxton Jones was the right pick.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're gonna. Last year we played against Washington. I mean, it was like a 7-10, like we're gonna hold up against them. It's our scheme Justin should be able to know this scheme. They don't know what Justin can do. Like it's so much of the whole issue of, they got this D line and they think they have tape on Justin. They have tape on Justin with all the rollouts,
as a runner,
running. They don't have any real tape of him picking people apart. So he could come out like on fire for the first 4 games.
Which week is that game?
That's week 2.
Buccaneers is week 2.
No, not Bucks. I'm talking about Washington.
Washington is week 5.
Yeah.
So, by that time they should have something.
They might have some. Well, they might have tape, but all I'm saying is that we don't know what they're going to unleash, and this dude has an arsenal of weapons that he has not had before.
Yeah,
and honestly, we haven't seen a complete team on paper. I mean, even the 05 team had holes in it. Yeah. This is probably one of the best, receiving core group with a running back group and a tight end group that I think I've seen in a very long time.
It's a better receiving core than B Marsh.
Did they have Greg still?
Alshon,
B Marsh, Alshon, and you had what's his name?
I like
Martellus Bennett.
Martellus Bennett. That's just.
I loved Martellus Bennett, but Martellus Bennett was a nut though.
I love
Martellus, but he was a nut. It'd be like, Martellus one of them dudes. It'd be like, hey, how's it going? Hey man, I heard he said your mama. I'm like, wait a minute, Martellus, hold on, now calm down, brother. We don't need to fight.
The point is that if with DJ Moore and if Claypool is at least just I think he's as good as we think he's going to be. Not let's say superstardom.
I don't believe it.
With Mooney, and then we got the other guys that we picked up, and everybody's jumping on Velus, but Velus might he might be a nice serviceable weapon there, and they like Amon-Ra, right? What's the
Amon-Ra or Equinemius? We got Equinemius.
Equinemius
St. Brown.
Y'all ain't getting the wrong brother.
The other Brown.
Right, that one. So, but with the 2 tight ends, like this is, I'm not saying it's leaps and bounds better than, but that's pretty much up there.
He's got enough weaponry that we should be able to see something, and I think that the schedule falls in a way that we should be able to see something, right? Like realistically, are we worried about Kansas City's defense coming out and killing us? I'm not. Kansas City plays great situational defense, right? Like they're kind of like they really are. Like I think somebody, maybe Kid said this, or maybe Courtney said it today, but I think somebody said right that they're the Golden State Warriors of the NFL. They really are. Right, like I never think of the Kansas City Chiefs as a great defense, but I do think of the Kansas City Chiefs as a team that plays great defense in certain moments.
I mean, I think that was the Bengals though when they went to the Super Bowl against the Rams. The defense wasn't crazy, but they had great third down defense.
Yeah.
And you also had a quarterback that's all world. So we're not worried about Kansas City defense at all. We're worried about Patrick Mahomes lighting our defense up.
Now,
what I don't want to see versus Kansas City, I don't think we beat Kansas City. What I don't want to see versus Kansas City is a 45-7 game. Yeah. That's really what I want. You know what I mean? Like,
Patrick Mahomes got to
give me a 32-38 game, right? We fight it out. We going back and forth. Maybe we can't get the Mahomes. They can't get the Justin. All right, I can live with that. Hopefully, we coming out of that 2-1 by then. You know what I mean?
They might look. We've seen turnarounds. Like this team could be a straight up turnaround, like Carolina did. 1-15, go 15-1. Like they did that. It's happened.
Yeah.
This team is. I mean, who's to say that they come out surprising everybody because now they can unleash? I mean, this team to me is closer to the 49ers, the recent 49ers team of this offensive scheme, the defense. We still got holes on defense on the defensive inside, but if the linebacker core is true, solid with the corner, the secondary, I like the secondary.
Well, and then I'll say this. Me personally, I love the linebacker core, but Joe, I gotta disagree with you on the tight ends, bro. I think this is one of the better tight end rooms in the league. Like you got Robert Tonyan that just came off a plan with Aaron Rodgers.
Robert Tonyan is nice, yeah.
Why are you disagreeing? I said we got a great tight end room. What are you talking
about? You said it wasn't like it wasn't like on par with some of the rest, but
no, I said this is one of the best I've seen. I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's so much, but like it's so crazy.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Because Bennett was a Pro Bowler, wasn't he?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, you said in the tight end room as far as that? Yeah, Bennett was a Pro Bowler. Yeah. No, this is a better tight end room than that though.
It
like
is.
Martellus Bennett is a better tight end, but this is a better room.
Yeah,
right. And all I'm saying is that this is probably one of the best teams on paper that we've seen.
Offensive.
Period.
Offensively, it's crazy because Cole Kmet is finally like. I was real
finally graduated, baby.
Getting Cole Kmet. He finally went to tight end U.
Finally graduated from tight end U, baby.
I don't know if that was
4-year degree. I love it.
Or what, but he's finally coming into the tight end, and I always thought he was gonna be.
Yeah.
With Robert Tonyan coming off of playing with Aaron Rodgers, it's like,
but
you get Claypool. These dudes are about to really, if they can really hone in on the offensive side of the ball. You talking about having like dominant time of possession?
Yeah, right. That's what
the Bears will be able to kill the clock.
But see, I don't think that Cole Kmet really has stood out so much like on the par of
Cole's serviceable.
What I'm getting at is that because of the Claypool effect, and now you got a DJ Moore effect,
it'll free him up.
He's now freed up because they respect him enough to double team the guy. So he couldn't really. He's good, but not like he's not even. I think a Jason Witten type. Like he's good, but now he's
not a blocker,
right? But we have enough guys to make everybody dangerous. It's a balanced group.
I get you.
Hey man, we want to know how you guys feel. Let us know in the comments below. Listen, this schedule is it's an interesting schedule. I'm not big on the win losses this early. I know we're all gonna do it. I guess. I get 17-0, 17-0. Bear down bars.
Super Bowl's coming through Chicago.
Super Bowl or bust. Please, Justin, if Justin get us to a Super Bowl,
I'm just trying to get rid of my quarterback.
We riot. Hey, they traded the pick. Appreciate you. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Let us know how you guys are feeling about this Bears schedule in the comments below. If you want to, let us know your prediction. Again, I told you my ceiling and floor. It's too early for us to really know anything, but just breaking these games down and looking at some of the important ones. That's really what I wanted to come here and do. But if you want to drop a prediction, let me know in the comments below. 7's my floor, 10's my ceiling. What are y'all thinking?
11 or 12.
Honestly, I got 8.
Of a ceiling.
I got 8.
Yeah, 8 wins.
I got 8.
Here's the tough part. If we get any of those, I feel good. That's the wild part, right?
I feel like that there's 5 early that they could get.
I don't think this is a losing season.
We went 3 the rest of the way through. That's what you said. You said we get 5 in the first 10 weeks.
And
then we went 3 the rest of the way.
What did outside of Jahmyr Gibbs, which I feel like once he feels out, I think he could be that Alvin Kamara type. But what did the Lions do? And I mean, realistically, like the Vikings defense is just. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the second half of the season, after year 10, you got Lions, Vikings, Lions again, because we got a bye week in there. Then you got the Browns, the Cardinals, the Falcons, and the Packers again. I feel like in the second half of the season, even though it's a lot more on the road, I can see 4 wins probably minimum.
I think these dudes come out lighting folks up because they're not.
You think we attacking? Joe think we got we finally got an offense.
I think we got an offense.
It's finally a competent offense that can control time of possession. Because you know how I like to run the ball. So this is like
that is the thing too. Once you get up, you actually can kill the clock now because you got 3 backs back.
You ain't getting the ball back.
That's why
but you wanted them 8, man. Nobody wants a running back 8 except the Lions. The Lions want all their running backs.
I wanted them
the Lions want all their running backs.
Oh, man.
At 5 and up. If you can't get them at 5, you don't want them. Hey, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the super producer Joel Holt and the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.
Bye.
Keeping it in.